What's going on, YouTube? I got comedian Jay Davis here with me. We're going to be talking about black economics in the black community. Now, I seen Jay Davis and they had a panel of discussion and they were talking about black economics. Um, and this is the topic I talk about on my show all the time. And this is a really big issue in the black community. I think it's one of the biggest issues we face as a community. Jay,
What's up?
Jay, is that your?
That's not me, man.
What is that?
I don't know. I hear it. That's not me.
Oh, that's mine. I don't know what.
What's up?
Jay, is that your? Yeah, bro. Can you hear me?
Man. Yeah. Do you got a video on something else on your computer?
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now back to what we were discussing. All right. So now I think that one of black economics in the black community is one of our biggest issues, because what happens is that once you don't support black businesses in your community, these young brothers don't have nowhere to work. And what happens is that we let a lot of these foreign-owned businesses come into our community, take all of our money out of our community, go back to theirs. And then what happens is they don't hire our people. The gas stations is owned by foreign-owned businesses. The Chinese food spot comes in our community, take money out. The liquor stores are owned by Indians and Arabs. The gas stations owned by Indians and Arabs. They don't hire our people. So what happens is that they take our money and leave our community. And our young brothers are forced to have to sell drugs on the street. They don't have jobs to support themselves. They can't go to the corner store and work because it's owned by the Indians. They're not hiring us. Or the gas station, the liquor store. And what happens is they have to be forced to eat on the streets. You want to introduce yourself, bro?
Yeah. Jay Davis, writer, producer, filmmaker, radio personality. Do the Jay Davis Show every Saturday, 3:30 to 5:30. TheJDavisShow.com. I'm glad to be on the show, bro.
Absolutely. So now, some of the things you guys were talking about now, here's what I want black people to understand. You know, even if it's like 3 black businesses in your community, there's 3 black businesses in my community, and I support them to the utmost. Now, what happens is a lot of black people are telling me, oh, but we don't have any black businesses. Here's what happens. If 100% of the community supports that black-owned business, then within months, that business can open up 2 or 3 more stores, and we have 6 or 7 businesses. And then within a year or 2, we own everything in the community like the Chinese do. They don't spend a dime outside of Chinatown. They own Chinese restaurants in every black community in the United States. But you never see them walk across the street, get a Subway sandwich. You never see them stop and get gas in our community. You'll never see them go to our grocery stores. They figured it out. And what you also never see is them begging for jobs like we have to. Go ahead.
That's true. I think the first thing that needs to happen is, because I used to own a trucking company. I had my own trucking company. And the hardest part about starting a business is cash on hand, working capital. We need classes to show people how to properly in capital. Because if you go in the bank, say you want $100,000,
right,
they're gonna ask for 2%.
Right.
Don't nobody. If I had to spare $20,000 bank in collateral, I wouldn't be in this bank. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I think a lot of us we need classes to show us how to properly obtain grants for working capital, because you can get a grant and start any business you want, but people don't have the resources or the knowledge to do that, to help them start that business.
Absolutely. Also, let's go to this point. And I talked to my mother about this point, and every black person says this. If the black business is not on point and bringing great business, you're just not going to do business with that restaurant or that business. Black people, we are very hard on black businesses. And my thing is this. I go to a lot of black-owned restaurants just to support. There's one right by my house, and that's all I shop at. It's called Mini Joe's.
Yeah.
There's a black restaurant flavor. I've been in a lot of black restaurants, not those two, but there's times where my sides come out after my meal. I didn't finish my meal and my sides come out. However, I'm happy to give my people jobs than to go to Orland Park and send their kids to college or to give them jobs. What I want black people to realize is that every time you shop outside your community, if you spend $20 outside your community, and let me see, 20 times 5, if 20 of us spend $20 outside your community, that's $400 minimum wage job you can have for your community. So every time 20 of us shop outside our community, that's a job we're taking away from one of our young brothers and sisters. Then we go downtown and say Black Lives Matter, we need jobs. No, we need common sense. We need to shop at our own stores if our life depended on it, as if our life depended on it, because these young brothers' lives depended on it, because economics and violence go hand in hand. Every community that's thriving, that's black and thriving, has no violence. Every community that's not thriving has high violence. It's go hand in hand. You solve that economic issue, you solve that violence issue. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, I mean, we and that goes back to the knowledge. We need knowledge. Like black people complain about you shouldn't spend your money. You shouldn't spend your money there. But at the same time, we need them, like when they franchise a Subway, right?
Right.
Subway Corporation teaches employees how to have customer service.
Absolutely.
We need to teach. There needs to be something where we need to teach our people, when you own the business, there's a certain level of customer service you need to have. Because I hear the same thing. You know, like I hear the same thing. Like I don't like the way they treat me. Like, true, you shouldn't be disrespected in any business, but why is it that you only hear that about black businesses? Like, why is that the main thing you hear? Like, people complain about McDonald's all day, like, oh, my burger was undercooked or something like that. But when it comes to black business, it's like enhanced. You know, the complaints are enhanced.
Absolutely.
So why is?
I think that once we find out it's a black-owned business, we are much more harder. We don't trust our own people, for one. Also, we have to start back at square one. I think that blacks want to eat up in Master's Big House, man, where they have great biscuits and gravies and they got servants and everything is 100. Black people, we have to start back at square one. And it's very important because every time we go shop in their neighborhood, we giving them jobs. Money is also power. We say we tired of the police brutalizing us, but we are funding them every time we go shop in their community and give their kids jobs, give them power. So we're empowering our same oppressors that we say oppressing us, and we're giving them power.
Well, and I talked about this as far as supporting too. Like it go even with, you can say music wise, you can ask your friend, when's the last time, if your friend, you know somebody who wants to be an artist, when the last time you went to that person's concert? Or when last time you bought that person's CD?
Right.
So a lot of our people have an issue with supporting someone you already know. They'll rather, if you see somebody else supporting you, then that's when they start supporting you. But they have an issue with supporting someone that looks like them. And I found that in entertainment, restaurants, anything like that.
Absolutely. Like my homeboy just made these t-shirts. From now on, any t-shirt I wear from here on out, I can say from here on out, but of 2017 and hopefully forever, I'm buying my t-shirts from him. Everything I wear is gonna say my life in the shy or whatever. And now I got a t-shirt connect. Every single t-shirt I buy will be from him. I would rather get them from him. So now I got a t-shirt connect.
Right.
I got a meat connect, Minnie Joe's Meat Market. All my meat is gonna come from him. Every time I want to go to a restaurant, every date or anybody I take out, I already know, man, flavor, hidden manner. That's the two. It ain't the best, but shit, that's all we got.
You said it ain't the best. Have you ever had a girl that didn't want to go to any one of those?
No, not yet. I'm sure it's coming. Man, but you know what, man? A lot of females, man, they want to go to nice places and nice stuff like that, man. And but you know what? It didn't really dawn on me until the middle of last year. I supported black business before, but not like I do now. because I really learned the importance of it. I never had somebody. Our black leaders are not telling this, and what happens is that the leaders who are telling the wrong messages, those who are being put on TV. The leaders that are telling the right messages, never on TV. Dr. Umar Johnson, who was telling you shop black on, you'll never see him on CNN.
But yeah, but a lot of like what they used to call black leaders now are like brands. They're like corporations. So like the Sharptons, they're a corporation. So you won't see them saying that openly,
right,
or whatever, because they're a corporation and that affect their bottom line. That's just the way it is. Like you said, some of the real black leaders, they're not on CNN like that.
Yeah, because CNN is not going to brand them, man. And so what me and my mother talk about is, and other black people, they say, man, if the gravy ain't cooked all the way, if the turkey ain't good, or the service ain't good, I'm not shopping there. My thing is this.
Right.
I'd rather shop there than to send they fucking kids to college. I'd rather give my people a job than to give they fucking people a job. So fuck it. I mean, every place I go to, some of the stuff ain't all that, but I find something I like, and that's what we have to get to. Is that, man? We gotta. First time I went there at the all black stores, man. Even though my sides came out late, the macaroni was amazing. So I'm like, fuck it. I got, you know what I'm saying? So I rock with it. And then I think what we decided was to give the owner or the manager a note saying, hey, love the restaurant, love to support you guys. Here's what a lot of people said, because we do a lot of bad business, bro. I see it. I went to a black boat.
You know it. And that goes back to a lot of times, because somebody asked me at the show, like, why do you think that happens? I'm like, a lot of times, most small businesses are barely staying afloat.
Right.
And so when you talk about, like, say your food at a big restaurant comes out undercooked, a manager come out like, would you like a refund? Would you like your money back? We can't afford to do that sometimes. Right. Some small businesses can't afford to give you a whole meal back. You know what I'm saying? So that's when the attitude come in, or you want some more, or like, no, I don't want no more hair chicken. I don't want no more of that chicken. But it's just like, you need more resources to have a successful business.
Absolutely. So I think a lot of our businesses, and the reason why we're that, I mean, we don't have a lot of years of business running our own business. A lot of the people we hire are straight off the street, man. They not, haven't been in the white collar or a world that to where they've been working since they were 16 and somebody on them all the time. Yeah, we got to do better business, man. But my thing is, I'm gonna shop black, but my thing is this: once we shop black on, we get everybody, we flood that business with a lot of money. They can afford to hire the best. They can say, okay, you fucking up, you gone. Because right now, our businesses don't pay that much money, barely minimum wage if we can, and not even a lot of hours. So we got to take.
And you can't hire a college graduate and pay them minimum wage. Right. You can't do that. So you got to get somebody with no experience and probably terrible customer service.
Exactly. So we can't hire the best. We got to hire who the hell whoever take a job, because you ain't paying much or giving a lot of hours. Like the place I'm talking about, two of the places, man, they hire felons, which is good, which is amazing. We need that.
No, keep going.
And we need that. Not saying that the felons are the problem, but not a lot of people are shopping there. So what happens is that she's not getting a lot of service, a lot of customers. She's not getting a lot of customers there, and the business is, not saying it's failing, but it's not doing the best.
Right.
But
that's true.
But my thing is this to black people: I don't care how bad the business is. I would rather shop with bad business and send my people to college, give my people jobs, than to get great service, great food, and send their kids to college and give their people jobs. That's my point I want to make.
Right. And thing is, we have to expand businesses, because it's like we can't just be limited to restaurants and clothing stores.
Right.
Like it's other products. Like we was talking about Seaway Bay. Yes, we do. That's a good service, but we need furniture stores, stuff like that. Would you want to buy from a black-owned furniture store if you could?
Absolutely, absolutely,
But
right.
I don't know. I don't actually, honestly, I don't know any black-owned furniture stores. I don't know any.
All right. So, and when I tell black people this is they always come to me with, "Oh, we don't own nothing." All right. Let's say we got 3 businesses in our black community. Even if 20% flooded that business with money, like Mini Joe's, it's right across from Save a Lot. I can just go to Save a Lot, get all my everything there, cheaper, and it's good. But I'm like, fuck that. I at least spend $40, $50 with Mini Joe's every week. If every black person out of 2,000 families that live in this neighborhood, if 2,000 families shopped there, did the same thing I did, Mini Joe's would have a furniture store. He wants to open not a furniture store, but he wants to own like 3 other businesses in where I live at.
Right.
So that's my point. If let's say we all got pissed off at shopping somewhere else and just said, fuck it, we're going to flood Mini Joe's. Within 2 months, he can hire 30 young black brothers that's going to rob my house and your house that's plotting to rob us, because that's who's plotting to rob us. The young brother down the street that can't find a job in the neighborhood. He got to stand out on the corner, hustle, sell drugs. Now he's smoking weed and drinking, holding a pistol. And when me and you go to work, guess who peeping at our cribs? The motherfucker that can't find a job down the street. That's why we got so much high crime. That's why we got 780-something murders in Chicago in 2016. It all comes back down to economics. Why do white people get that? Black people don't. Donald Trump is saying, oh, black economics. We got to solve the job issue. Black people never hear them say that. Black people depended on the government so much that they think that we need to go downtown and beg and wait for the government to do for us instead of us doing for us on our own. We don't need the government. We shouldn't depend on the mayor, the president, because they can't help us. We have to help ourselves.
Neighborhoods only matter when it's time to tear them down and build new properties and move new people in. That's the only time neighborhoods really matter. Yep. So until they try to gentrify your neighborhood, nobody's not going to care about your neighborhood but you.
Believe it. Nobody's going to care about your neighborhood. So black people have to get into the mindset of we have to help ourselves. We can't depend on them to come and help us. And I see a lot of activists online talking about, they need to invest in our community. They need to give us jobs. We got to get out that fucking mindset of they need to help us. No, we need to help ourselves.
Only thing they need to help us with is getting zoned to start our own property or businesses. That's the only thing. That's it. Like you got to help yourself at the end of the day.
You got to help yourself at the end of the day. And I'm telling you that's protesting Trump, man. I'm not too much worried about the presidency, man. If blacks don't help themselves, we fuck screwed every way. Until we help ourselves, we doomed.
Right. You can't depend on waiting for a president to help you is just pointless. It is
pointless. A lot of people depend on the pointless. I don't think Hillary, Trump, nobody's going to help us. We got 500 years that says otherwise. We got.
I think that's a lot of reason people were upset with Obama because they expected him. I didn't.
I didn't either.
I didn't expect Obama to end crime. I think if people were really the people that did not like Obama, I think they expected him to do something, and he didn't do what they expected him to do.
You cannot expect because Obama could just write. He's a president for the entire United States. He's not a president just for blacks. He couldn't write a magic bill that say, okay, blacks can do this. Black people are so dependent on somebody just to write $1 billion check and save us. No, we have to save ourselves. We got 2 billionaires. We got Oprah and Michael Jordan. There's no way there's 0 black like 3 black gas stations in Chicago. We have no businesses. There's no reason why we got 2 billionaires, more than that. And
Oprah told you how she feel when she packed up Harpo's studio and moved out. Now McDonald's finna tear that whole thing down to make their corporation there. She didn't leave Harpo's studio open or try to build a business there. She was like, I'm out. She gone. So
she could have easily. She's worth $3.4 billion. She could have easily put black-owned stores, black-owned businesses. Her and Michael Jordan could have bought the entire Chicago and made it all black. But there's no reason why there's no black businesses. So what happens is that, but what I do is this, bro. I shop in my community. And even if it's not black owned, here's something else that a lot of people don't understand what I'm trying to say when I say shop in your community. Even if it's not black owned, make them come in our community to get our dollars. And not that I like that, but if they're gonna get our dollars, they're gonna have to come here and get it, and they're gonna hire within the community, hire black people in your store. Therefore, some of our money at least is coming back. There's a store out here in Chicago Heights that's a breakfast spot, and it's all Mexicans and whites that work there. How the hell are you surrounded by all black-owned area and you have no blacks that work in there? So I won't shop in there. I walked in there, and bro, it got to be 35 employees in there, and not one black person worked there. And I asked, hey, how come we don't work here? 99% of your customers are here. You're okay, and none of you 35 people that work here live in nowhere near this area. Why are y'all here to take our money? He tells me no blacks ever applied. I said, okay, thank you. I would never shop there again. You come in our community, you take our dollars, but we're not good enough to hire us. You don't deserve my dollars.
One of the first interviews I saw Father Flager, he went to a corner store. It's a Arab corner store, and he questioned the person, why is no black people working here? And the guy's like, because they steal. That's what the owner said. That he said that on camera, because they steal. We can't trust them. He was like, well, if you don't get any black employees here, we're gonna boycott out in front of your store. And eventually he hired a black employee. But I'm like, wow, he just flat out said it.
That's what, and they don't even give a shit about us, man. And we just throwing our dollars at them, man. You don't never sit and see blacks have to get that through our head that we have to sacrifice, man. Back in King days, they boycotted the bus. Some of them motherfuckers didn't even have shoes. Did you know that? Some of them motherfuckers walked to work. A lot of them didn't even have cars. Motherfuckers had to wake up 4, 5 in the morning to make it to work 10 miles away and walked. The sacrifice they went through back then, blacks will never be able to sacrifice today in 2017. We got to get back to that sacrifice, because a lot of people, if you screaming Black Lives Matter and shop in white neighborhoods, shut the fuck up. For real. If you shop only in Orland Park and you talk about Black Lives Matter, but you won't even, every black person know we either unemployed or unemployed or underemployed. We have to go. They got us cornered on every aspect. We got to get student loans. We got to get they putting felonies on us because they know we ain't smart enough to create our own jobs. So we got to come crawling on our knees to them. Now we got a felony. They don't have to hire us.
Right. But then you go to school, you graduate, and then you got $50,000 in debt with student loans. You can't get a loan to open your own business.
Can't get a loan.
You stuck.
Stuck working for them. Making pennies, and then they taking every dime that you make back anyway.
Right.
With interest. and so, man, blacks, man, one thing we have to do, I think this is one of the most important, blacks must come together on, is shopping. Because reason why them young brothers out there murdering each other, for one, they can't find a job. If they could go out there and find a job on the corners, they don't want to be out there selling drugs, hustling, gangbanging. But that's the only opportunity they got. I've been there. And if you can't find a job, a good job at least, then you got no choice. How the fuck you gonna feed your family? If my job laid me off today, God damn it, and if I don't find some shit by June, and you hear some motherfuckers getting robbed, please believe it's me. Because I'm feeding my family.
Right. Right.
You see somebody out there hustling, a new big drug kingpin, and houses getting robbed, please believe that's me out there, because I'm feeding my fucking family by all means.
Right.
And out here, so nobody supported the skating rink that been there 20 years, so they stopped. Blacks didn't support it. It closed down, taking 20 jobs. Now we got 20 motherfuckers out here about to rob my house, so I got to watch my shit. Right. There was a new sports bar, black-owned lady opened it. It closed, taking about 10 jobs. Her and her family So her
Right.
son,
I think at the end of the day, we got to get educated. The school isn't pushed, education isn't pushed the way it should be,
right?
because you won't have to settle for working at a job where you barely paying bills, where you got to make a decision like, man, I might have to go rob this place if I get fired. You shouldn't have to be put in that situation.
Right. So
It's, uh,
now,
it's,
so now young brothers and sisters got to rob each other, sell dope. Now they're killing each other. That's why we have the crime, is
right.
because of the economic issue. Blacks have to understand that. If you're pissed off about the crime and you want to change it, you want to get into activism, all you have to do is shop black owned. That's the most important. If we could get even 50% of black people to shop black owned. Now we ain't gonna be able to shop everything. That's why when you guys ask me, do I shop black owned? You can't do everything, but at least you can do everything in your community.
Yeah.
But once we shop black owned, now somebody can open up a nail salon right next door. So once we have all the blacks shopping in your community, the nail salon could be successful because blacks shop in the community now. But
that's one profession that I don't see why it's more black people own it. Nail shops. Like it baffles me because it's like, and it's not, as far as like operating costs, it's not as much as you think. But we go, like, that's the business. They go once a week to the Vietnamese, the Koreans, to get their nails done. It's like, why is it more? And then I had somebody was thinking about opening one. A friend of mine, she posted on Facebook, if I open a nail salon, would y'all come? She maybe got like 3 people like, yeah, girl, I'll come and support. But it's like, why not? Why wouldn't you come and support? You would rather go to a Vietnamese person to get your nails done? I don't understand it.
It's brother, it's a tragedy, man. We don't trust each other. We don't like each other. We jealous of each other. I mean, that's just a fact, bro. We in trouble, man, as a people, man. Until we change that mindset, we gonna continue to die out here in these streets. We are.
It's a crab in the barrel mindset, and it's a oh, your business not gonna fail. Your business gonna fail mindset. It's all of those things play a factor in why people don't support black businesses.
And see, man, you know what, man? I don't care if the black business is not that great, man. I find the good in it, and I see the lady was one of the waitresses was super poor, man, and I was glad to give her a good tip to put some food on her table, man, and that's how we have to look at it, and we have to sacrifice. So let's say even if you don't like these black-owned businesses, like blacks around here, they would drive 50 minutes to the mall. So people saying Lincoln Mall is closed. We ain't got no mall, so I got to go to Orland. Wait a minute. You driving 50 minutes to Orland. Why don't you drive 30 minutes to River Oaks? Well, come on, black people. If you willing to take that drive, well, at least sacrifice. So now, I like good restaurants too. If we sacrifice, then we can win. Like, if I can't get it here, then fuck it. I just do without it. I've been wearing the same fucking pants for 3 years. I got like 3 pair of pants, man. Really. But once you find a black-owned business, you have to patronize it. Like, man, all my T-shirts. I told my homeboy this morning, matter of fact, I said, brother, all my T-shirts, it's coming from you. No question.
Right.
I'm gonna put it.
That's what's up.
All right, so bro, man, I gotta get to this football game, man. I'm about to go to a sports bar. Man, brother, thanks for coming on the show, man. This comedian Jay Davis, man. Look out for his movie. Another black not another black
Not another. Right. February 11th at the Vidum Theater.
Brother, the movie hilarious, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Movie hilarious, bro. Definitely, man. I definitely look forward to the invite February 11th, bro. All right, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
No problem.
All right, brother. Peace.